Welcome to the final push, where greatness is tested, where unstoppable forces collide, legends break through.
This is a special presentation of Tiger Sports on Alamo Sports and Talk 1230 and 101.9 FM. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk 1230, 101.9. Welcome to Cleveland High School here in Rio Rancho as the Alamogordo Lady Tigers begin their state, well, I shouldn't say begin their state tournament. They continue their state tournament from last week after they defeated Hobbs in the first round game. The 5-seed Alamogordo, the 12-seed Hobbs. Now it is the 5-seed Alamogordo facing off against the 4-seed Piedra Vista Panthers. And Alamogordo, Piedra Vista, Centennial, Carlsbad, and La Cueva have kind of been the class of Class 5A this season. And it'll be a first time to see these two sides face off against each other. Hey, first off, before we get going, we want to thank our sponsors that are bringing you Lady Tiger Fast Pitch here at the state tournament. We would not be able to do this without them, and we want to run through all these right now at the top. It looks like we got a little bit of a delay. They were watering the field beforehand. I kind of noticed it. They had let too much water out, and there's a puddle right behind the circle at home plate. So I think they're going to have to get that figured out. But we want to thank Zuni Electric. Hometown Solar, all parts and labor are from right here in New Mexico. Providing no pressure, free estimates. Call 575-437-6514. King's Treasure, all proceeds benefit Pregnancy Resources Plus, 1500 North White Sands. Seaburger Dermatology, accepting new patients and most insurances. 10th and Washington, 575-437-4533. Sparkland Splash Pool and Spa Service, the only BioGuard distributor in Otero County, 718 10th Street, Suite C, 575-430-8409. Ochoa Stucco, custom stucco jobs. Call for an estimate at 575-442-6745. Thrive in Southern New Mexico helps to bring together businesses, organizations, nonprofits, and individuals to support a thriving community. 575-437-8400 and also online at letsthrivenm.org. First National Bank, whether it's the purchase of a new car, a vacation, or the growth of your business, they can tailor a loan to meet your needs. FNB4U.com. Alamogordo Flower Company and the Candy Store has flowers for Mother's Day that will suit any style, offering Mother's Day delivery to Alamogordo. 575-434-2600, AlamogordoFlowerCo.com, 9th in Texas, next to Print Plus. Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Lady Tiger Fast Pitch on Alamo Sports and Talk. Call financial advisor Megan Wade at 575-434-5850 for all your investment needs. Pioneer Abstract and Title Company, 909 Delaware Avenue in Alamogordo. Call 575-437-5810. First American Bank at 1300 North White Sands Boulevard, 575-439-9800. Online at firstamericanbanknm.com. Thank you so much to all of our sponsors that are help bringing you Lady Tiger Fast Pitch, and we'll be sure to mention them throughout the broadcast. We also want to thank our sponsors that have been with us all season long. The Winner's Circle, First National Bank has been with us all season long. Otero Federal Credit Union, Loco Credit Union, which jumped on late in the season. We'll hear some ads. We might actually just go ahead and take a commercial break here in a second because we've got the three umpires, the official scorer, Coach Ronnie Reyes, one of the Piedra Vista coaches, all standing out in the circle, I believe waiting for somebody to probably bring in a rake and some dirt to fix that wet spot behind the circle. Which, I was kind of surprised they didn't fix that initially, but, that's sometimes how it goes. And we'll take a break. And Tularosa Communications as well. We want to thank them as a part of our sponsors here on our Tiger Sports broadcast all season long. So we were going to get started on time. I totally jinxed it. I was talking to the scorer here and said that it was I like this starting on time thing. Well, clearly I that was the broadcaster. I wasn't on air when I said it. Does that count as a broadcaster's jinx? I have no idea. All right, let's go ahead and fit in a quick commercial break. We'll come back. We'll get you lineups coming up next as the Alamogordo Lady Tigers and the Piedra Vista Lady Panthers face off in the Class 5A state tournament here at Cleveland High School. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Now you have a choice when it comes to keeping massive files of your bank statements every month. With an online e-statement, you'll have an accurate, easy-to-read electronic statement you can access anywhere, anytime. Get more control over your cash flow. And no more giant filing cabinets. Our e-statements get an A+. First National Bank, member FDIC. When you grow, we grow.
Hometown pride. At the Winter Circle, we've got a lot of it. Your one-stop shop for high school sports apparel, letter jackets, polos, hats, and so much more. In custom embroidery, special t-shirt prints, and flags. Need something for your business, team, or personal use? We've got you covered.
Hey, this is Alfred.
This is Angelo
From the Winter Circle. It's time to get out and support Alamogordo Tigers and all area teams. Stop by for a Tiger t-shirt and let's fill the stands.
Go Tigers! Winter Circle, 1201 10th Street.
Join OFCU for Celebrate the Freedom of Savings event. For a limited time only, OFCU is offering personal loans as low as 7.99% APR. Vehicle purchases or refinance vehicle loans start as low as 4.99% APR. Start saving today. Apply online at www.oterofcu.org. Offer starts May 17th through May 23rd. Limited time offer. All loans subject to credit approval. Not all will qualify for lowest rate. Other restrictions may apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Welcome back here to the Lady Tiger Fast Pitch State Tournament here at Cleveland High School. Happy to have you along, and thanks so much for tuning in here on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019, as we get ready for what should be an interesting matchup between these two sides, between Alamogordo and Piedra Vista. Was kind of curious. We saw Alamogordo play La Cueva. We saw them play Centennial multiple times this year. And we also saw the Lady Tigers face off against Carlsbad this season. And Alamo hasn't had a ton of luck against the top three. But I guess the question is this going to be a difference here with Piedra Vista? And we're about to find out. So the Piedra Vista coach, or one of the Piedra Vista coaches, has now started working on the dirt behind the circle. And so if you're wondering why we aren't underway, that's the reason why, is they were watering down the dirt prior to the game that we just had St. Pius and Bloomfield finish up a little bit before that. And I noticed when they pulled the hose out of the faucet, which is right behind the circle there, it ended up flooding it a little bit. So they're working on a couple things now. They're also working on the landing spot in front of the pitcher's rubber. So that continues to be worked on as well. So it's a hard job. You've got 4 fields you're trying to maintain throughout a very busy tournament out here, and I think they're trying to hurry up and do as much as they can. But unfortunately, this has kind of put a stall on. Everybody's kind of gearing up for the beginning of the matchup, and you got to sit down and, I don't know, probably would be good for everybody to be moving around and doing some more warm-ups. I would anticipate, but I don't know, just kind of the way that it worked out. But let's go ahead and get you the lineup. Let's start with the Alamogordo Lady Tigers and their hitting line. By the way, the Lady Tigers are going to be the road team in this game. They flipped a coin for it, and Lady Tigers are away. Mainly Herrera going to lead things off. Number 10, she is the center fielder. Mariah Granados catching today, and she'll, of course, be catching Sydney Lessentine, be in the circle. Batting third, Mariah's batting second. Haley Evans will be batting fourth and be playing second base. Alexis Rodriguez in right field and hitting fifth. Amani Kosum will be hitting sixth, and she's over at the hot corner at third base. Alyssa Bautista, the designated player. Then it's Madison Ruiz flexing for her. She's in the 7 spot, but Alyssa will bat 7. Or should I say she's in left field as Ruiz. Rain Daly is at first base, and then Iceland Ortiz is at shortstop for the Lady Tigers. And those are the last 2 in the lineup for Alamogordo, hitting 8 and 9. For the Piedra Vista Lady Panthers, Brooke Cadrain. She is hitting in the leadoff spot, and she's got 10 home runs this season hitting off of that leadoff spot, so should be a tough start to the order for the Lady Tigers. Emma Lovato is pitching, and she is batting second in this one, hitting .452 on the season. Unfortunately, I don't have up-to-date stats for the Lady Tigers. They stopped posting them on Max Preps with about 8-9 games left in the season. So I've got stats from up to 12 games. They're just not especially accurate. Danica Wilson hitting .375 with 17 RBIs for Piedra Vista. She is batting in the 30 spot. The number 4 hitter is Landry Bales, hitting .342 on the season with 40 RBIs. Isabella Jesse is sitting in the number 5 spot, the center fielder, hitting .462 on the season. Brielle Sledge, the shortstop, is hitting .355 with 24 RBIs. Ayanna Stevens also has 24 knocked in, hitting .313, and she's hitting in the 7 spot. Hitting 8th is Adriana Snyder, and she is the catcher, .351 on the season. And then Reagan Worth, the designated player, hitting .297 on the season. She is DPing for Takira Hood, who is out in left field for Piedra Vista. Now, still on a hold at the moment as we wait for the dirt to be fixed. They're working on the dirt in front of the rubber at the moment. I don't know if there's really much concern for the mud back behind the circle now. So it does appear that that's the focus at the moment. You got the 3 umpires. Coach Reyes has gone back to the dugout, and you got a few folks with the New Mexico Activities Association that are out there. Most of the Piedra Vista team is just kind of standing outside the dugout. Most of the Alamogordo team is sitting on the bench in their dugout, but nobody really doing any extra warm-ups or anything like that. Hey, let's mention this as well. Tularosa softball, a winner over Eunice today, 18-4. They move on to play Loving at 1 p.m. today. As Loving got the win over Capitan. And that's the matchup we've all been waiting to see this season between those two sides. And that's the matchup that's been the matchup in single A, double A the last couple of seasons as well. So very, very curious to see what happens in that matchup between the Falcons and the Wildcats. That's happening at 1 p.m. today. Winner of that game advances to the championship. And the loser of that game will have to go to the consolation side and would have to win the first game and force an if game in order to win the championship, which is always, that's a tough one. That's difficult to try to make that happen. So we'll see what comes of that one. Again, 1 p.m. and they're playing over at Rio Rancho High School. We're here at Cleveland High School, and if you're wondering why we haven't quite started the game yet, in a little bit of a delay due to some field issues and. Looks like we've got folks from, I don't know if it's from the NMA or from Cleveland High School. Cleveland's, thankfully for them, I know last year they had to play and they also had to worry about maintaining the fields and doing all that stuff. And so it looks like it flooded the faucet or I'm trying to think of the right word of where the water comes out from. Trying to be eloquent, but it just wasn't happening. They're continuing to kind of dump out the muddy water out of that and continuing to wait to get this one underway. So it'll be a little bit of a wait, it would appear. I think they have alleviated the issue on the landing spot coming off of the pitching rubber. Piedra Vista will be the team that has to, I think, deal with that more than anybody. Tell you what, the wind has kicked up. We knew the winds were going to be pretty high today up here in the Albuquerque area, blowing up a lot of dust. And it's not. I will say, right where we're sitting, we're thankfully kind of shielded by some of the stands and everything. So you may not hear the wind too much in my microphone, thankfully. But I will say that as soon as I say that, you can hear it in my microphone now. But it will, I think, have a little bit of impact, and it seems to be blowing out. So on deep fly balls, and it feels like it's kind of swirling at the moment. It's hard to tell which direction. I don't have a flag around me to see which way the wind is blowing at the moment, but we'll we'll be sure to let you guys know as the day goes on if that has an impact. Could be challenging for the the pitchers today and the fielders in terms of trying to keep things inside the ballpark. Whereas you think to Lady Tiger Field, the wind is almost always blowing in. I can't think of too many games where we've had an east wind where it's helping the batters. It always seems to be hurting them because we get those southwest winds in the spring, and doesn't help that situation whatsoever. They are continuing to manicure the field, and it's just the dirt behind the circle. I believe they've gotten all the water out of the faucet there that is right behind, that's in the ground behind the circle. And so they're trying to, that's one of those things that if you have something hit right up the middle there and the dirt is a lot more like mud, that it could end up causing some serious issues on ground balls. I would also say it's probably a safety issue in terms of, footing and such there. So I know that's the other part about it. And never in my life did I think I'd talk so much about mud on a softball field, but here we are. That's what we're chatting about. So if Alamogordo wins this game, they would play Centennial. Centennial is playing Mayfield right now. Those two teams know each other very well. They've played, I believe, 4 times this year. I will say, out of the district teams, Mayfield probably had the most success against Centennial this year. They gave them the toughest games. Unfortunately, it wasn't the Lady Tigers that did that this season. So you never know. And remember, Centennial lost in that first-round game last year, so we'll see what happens this time around if Mayfield is able to pull off an upset. I'm trying to remember, Centennial lost to, I think, Hobbs last year, who was, I think, the 7 seed, and beat them because Alma played Hobbs next. So could run into Centennial. If they beat Piedra Vista, that would be the likely. If the Lady Tigers fall in this one, the likely would probably be Mayfield, but we'll see. Centennial's unbeaten. You never know. Sometimes that's a little bit of extra pressure, with not having lost a game all season, but they've been the best team in the classification all season long. They've beaten everybody that is towards the top of the class, and so, they deserve to be in the spot that they are in. With single A and double A, with Tularosa and Loving facing off at 1 p.m., but that's the matchup I was waiting for. I was curious to see Eunice pulled off the upset over Estancia yesterday, so they were actually the 6th seed, and so they moved on, and I was kind of curious what Capitan would do against Loving, but I think it's, again, and I would almost guarantee that, whoever falls in the Loving Tularosa round 3 matchup will find a way to get back into the championship game on Friday. So that would make sense at least. So they'll play at Rio Rancho High School today, and then tomorrow the championship series will be at the University of New Mexico, as it has always been. Alamogordo will play here at Cleveland all the way until the championship series. If they're able to get to that, that's where they would go to. If you're curious about Tularosa baseball, as they play Manal Oak Grove today, that one starts at 1 p.m. All of those games are out on that complex on the west side. If you are traveling up here, who knows? Piedra Vista is making their way out of the dugout, and I'm guessing this is a pregame ritual for them to all put their feet on home plate before they go out into the field. So they are the home team, so they will be out defensively first. And by the way, going back to my previous thought about Tularosa baseball, they are the Jennifer Riordan Spark Kindness Sports Center, which is out there near Community Stadium here in Albuquerque. That's where all the baseball games are going on with that. I think the exception of 4A and 5A championship games, I think they're the only ones that are going to be played over at the University of New Mexico. All right, we'll go ahead and get things going. Let's run through the Alamogordo lineup one more time. Maylee Herrera is the leadoff hitter. Bats from the left-hand side. Mariah Granados, she is the number 2 hitter. Then it's Sydney Lessentine, Haley Evans, Alexis Rodriguez, Amani Kosam, Alyssa Bautista, Rain Daly, and Iceland Ortiz. The battery for Piedra Vista is Emma Lovato in the circle and Adriana Snyder. Defensively, or Adriana Snyder's behind home plate. Defensively, Ayana Stevens is at first base. Danica Wilson at second. Brooke Cadrain is over at third. Brielle Sledge at short. Takira Hood in left, Isabella Jesse in center, and Landry Bales is in right field. All right, looks like we're ready to go. As we had about, I'd say about a 15, 20-minute delay of fixing the dirt around the circle, and we're ready to go. Alamogordo in all black, Lady Tiger fast pitch in cursive. This is not the Herrera, by the way. We'll watch that one in for a ball, 1-0. Not the pinstripe uniforms, just all black for the Lady Tigers. They're in gold and outlined in white. That's in there for a strike, and it's 1-1. Piedra Vista in navy blue with white numerals, silver lettering, and white outlining. It says Piedra Vista across the front. It says Lady Tiger fast pitch across the front of the Alamogordo uniforms today. Looking for a bunt, and it's going to be a strike. 0-2. And Herrera will step back in. Coach Ronnie Reyes over at the third base box. Coach Charlene Reyes at the first base box, as normally. And here's the pitch. And this one is hit in the air to left field. It is right to the left fielder as Hood makes the grab. She was playing shallow, and Herrera trying to push it out there to left field. But good defensive positioning for Piedra Vista. So it's one down. We're in the top of the first inning, just underway, and Mariah Granados will get her first opportunity. And she will step into the box. And Lovato is ready to go. The righty into her motion. Here's the pitch. That's going to be right at the knees for a called strike. And the count's 0-1. We are sitting behind and to the left of home plate. So not going to have a really good view of inside-outside, but we'll have a very good view of high and low. Swing and a miss from Granados, and it's 0-2. That one going up and away from her. And so far, Lovato looking solid for Piedra Vista. Lessentine in the on-deck circle for the Lady Tigers. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, and struck her out. So first strikeout of the game for Emma Lovato. And it'll bring up Lessentine with 2 down and the base is empty. Lessentine will take a couple of practice swings and step into the box. Lovato looking towards her bench for the pitch call. And she's ready to go. Here it comes. That's a little bit low. And the count's 1-0. Now, we'll definitely have a little bit harder time picking up inside, but we'll do our best with that. The 1-0. That looks like it missed outside. 2-0. The Tigers would like to try to get something going here with 2 outs in the top of the first. And here comes the pitch. That one will miss inside. Maybe a bit high, 3-0. Haley Evans awaits in the on-deck circle for the Lady Tigers. The pitch. That's in there for a strike. Gonna get it over. It's 3-1. And the pitcher dropped the ball, so it's going to be a balk, and Lessentine's going to get on with the walk. So it puts Lessentine at first. We'll see if they go courtesy runner here. Doesn't appear to be the case. They're going to keep Lessentine on the base paths at the moment. And so it'll be Evans stepping into the batter's box with a runner on first, 2 down. And Lovato into her motion. Here's the pitch. Gets that over for a strike, and it's 0-1 to Evans. Now, this middle of the order has been very good for the Lady Tigers. Granado's probably been the most consistent hitter. Lessentine really picked it up late in the season, and Evans, she's been very good all season as well, and she's also capable of knocking it out of the park. She's done that in a few games this season. She'll foul this one off, and that will rocket out into field 3, which is to our right. Field 1 is right behind us. That's the field where Cleveland will play their games. Their varsity plays their games, and then field 4 is kind of back and to our right. Got a great view of the mountains here in the Albuquerque area. Fouled off again. And still 0-2 to Evans. The Lady Tigers trying to make something happen here. Got a bit of a break with Lovato dropping the ball as she was getting ready to go into her motion. And now she deals. And a swing and a miss, and struck her out. So the Lady Tigers get one on, no hits, no runs, no errors, and we're through half an inning with no score. Let's thank our sponsors. King's Treasure. All proceeds benefit Pregnancy Resources Plus, 1500 North White Sands. Sparkland Splash Pool and Spa Service, the only BioGuard distributor in Otero County, 718 10th Street. Sweet C, 575-430-8409. Thrive in Southern New Mexico helps to bring together businesses, organizations, nonprofits, and individuals to support a thriving community. 575-437-8400. Let's ThriveNM.com, or .org, I'm sorry. Alamogordo Flower Company and the Candy Store has flowers for Mother's Day that will suit any style, offering Mother's Day delivery to Alamogordo. 575-434-2600, AlamogordoFlowerCo.com, 9th in Texas next to Print Plus. Pioneer Abstract and Title Company, 909 Delaware Avenue in Alamogordo. Call 575-437-5810. So it is Sydney Lessentine to step into the circle for the Lady Tigers. And one more time, we'll run you through the defensive setup for Alamogordo. It's Mariah Granados catching, Rain Daly at first base, Haley Evans at second, Iceland Ortiz at shortstop, and Amani Kosum at third. Madison Ruiz in left field for the Lady Tigers, Maylee Herrera's in center, and Alexis Rodriguez is in right. Alamo not carrying a particularly heavy roster today. They've only got 3 subs. Miranda Schlupp, Zaima Delgado, and Daviano Gonzalez are on the roster for this one. Unless they've, I look over there and there's really not a whole lot of extra for Alamogordo today, because it tends to be that roster runs a little bit heavier at home. But that's obviously when you obviously take a decision on who you're going to travel with. So looks like we're ready to go. So it'll be Brooke Cadrain coming in, hitting .456, 35 RBIs, 10 home runs. The righty will step in against the righty Sydney Lessentine in the bottom of the first inning. And so Lessentine into her motion. Here's the pitch, and this one softly hit up the middle. Ortiz has got it, tossed to first, is in time for out number 1. So ground out the game. 6-3 on the putout. And the Lady Tigers look solid defensively on their first opportunity. And so to bring up the pitcher, Emma Lovato, a .375 hitter with 17 RBIs and 28 runs scored on the season. Looking for the strike call and gets it on the inside corner. And it's 0-1 to Lovato. Lessentine winds and deals. This is fouled off and out of play up the first base side. And quickly 0-2 now on Lovato. Lovato, practice swing, stepping out of the box. She's looking over towards her coach at the first base box. And here comes the pitch. And oh no, she did not get a piece of it. And it deflected off the glove and to the backstop. Lovato I don't know if she realized it had deflected or she thought she had fouled it off, but regardless, it forced Granados to go back behind home plate and toss it on to first, and she did in time. So it goes down as a strikeout for Lessentine, her first of the game. Bottom of the first inning, and Alamogordo looking good here to start. Danica Wilson will come up, the lefty, number 44. And actually, I apologize. She's hitting .375 with 17 RBIs and 28 runs. Lovato, .452 on the season with 23 RBIs. I knew that would mess me up. I wrote it in the wrong place before the game. Of course. Here's the pitch. That's going to be to the backstop, but no issue there. Is nobody on. And the count is 1-1. Umpire was checking to see if Sid wanted a different softball, but she's good with the one that just bounced off the cage. That's in there for a strike. Hits the outside corner, and the count's 1-2. Lessentine looks sharp here early. And she's ahead in the count on the number 3 hitter for Piedra Vista. Lessentine into her motion. Here's the pitch. And just got a oh, no, she did not. Boy, I thought she touched that, but that is not the case. It deflected the backstop again, but Granados was able to come up with that and get it on to first, and so it's another strikeout. And the Lady Tigers put down the Lady Panthers in order. We will take a break. Through one complaint, no score. Lady Tigers up to hits with 5, 6, and 7 hitters when we come back. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Slow internet again? Signal constantly dropping? Don't take it out on your computer. Instead, call Tularosa Communications for internet stress relief. They have the speed and the reliability to make your internet dreams come true. If you want fast, they have faster. If you want service you can rely on, they are the most reliable. And customer service, it's all about you. Call Tularosa Communications to get connected. 585-2700.
Do you need a what loan? Life is messy and things come up. Maybe your graduate needs a used car. Maybe the laptop died. Maybe you're getting ready to furnish a dorm room. Or maybe your kids have outgrown every item of clothing they own. Again, Local Credit Union belongs to you. They offer loans for all of the what that happens in life. Apply online at localcreditunion.com or stop by and see the loan department. Local Credit Union, 9th and Washington, member NCUA.
You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Alamogordo and Piedra Vista scoreless through one inning. Lady Tigers got a base runner. Piedra Vista down in order. It's Alexis Rodriguez the plate. She watched the first pitch missed low, and it's 1-0 to her. Here comes the 1-0 pitch, and that's in there for a called strike, and the count evens at 1-1. I dare say Alexis Rodriguez may arguably be the best hitter for the Lady Tigers over the last maybe 4 weeks of the season. She really came on during the district year and has been playing very well. Watches that one miss high. It's at the letters, and it's 2-1 now to the Lady Tiger right fielder. So it's Rodriguez, then Kosum, and Bautista in the order for the Lady Tigers. In the circle for Piedra Vista is Emma Lovato, who looked good in her first inning. She struck out too, just as did Lessentine. Here's the pitch. It's in the dirt. 3-1. And she'll step back into the box. Lady Tigers still looking for their first hit of the day. And that's going to miss high, and that's the second walk surrendered by Lovato. The Lady Tigers with a base runner on. This was the issue for the Lady Tigers last Friday was knocking in runs. And now they don't have run in scoring position now, but against Hobbs, a game that maybe could have been a little more comfortable, but I think they left 6 or 7 on in scoring position, and I believe they left about 10 on in the overall on the bases. So something we want to try to take advantage of, showing bunt, bringing it back, but a called strike anyway on Amani Kosum. It's 0-1. Which, obviously, that's the goal in every game, is you don't want to leave runners on, but in some games you're lucky to get 1 or 2 on an inning, but when you really have runners getting to second and third a lot and you can't convert, those are probably the tougher ones. Rodriguez got about a third of the way towards second as the pitch was in the dirt, but she was able to get back and no throw in that direction. And so Kosum is even on the count at 1-1. The bunt is always in order with Amani and her spectacular speed. Shows it, but bunts it foul to the backstop, and 1-2. And Piedra Vista playing it as they've got their third baseman, Cadrain, and their first baseman, Stevens, both coming in the line to defend against the bunt. And that one misses just high. That was a good pitch from Lovato, but just a bit above the belt, and the count evens at 2-2. Alyssa Bautista in the on-deck circle for Alamogordo. Nobody out and a runner on first. Top of the second and no score. Lovato, the shake of her right hand, then puts her hand in her glove. And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and she picks up her third strikeout of the day. And there's one down for the Alamogordo Lady Tigers. It'll bring up the lefty, Alyssa Bautista, who also has been hitting very well for Alamogordo. Think back to the Mayfield game in that second game of the doubleheader. She was huge in helping bring the Lady Tigers back in that game. Always has the ability to hit it out to the gaps. She's going to watch that one in there for a called strike right at the knees, and it's 0-1 to Bautista. Just a reminder, Lady Tigers will play again later today. We know it'll be at 3 o'clock. It'll just be the question, is it in the championship side of the bracket or the consolation side of the bracket? And this is fouled off, and that is rocketed right back towards the third base dugout. And a lot of people standing around out here. One of those deals, you got to be very aware of everything that's going on around every field. So anytime you hear heads, if I all of a sudden stop talking, I'm covering up. Swing and a miss from Bautista, and another strikeout for Lovato. Trying to chase one bit upstairs, but Lovato, very tough to figure out here early for the Lady Tigers. The only base runners for Alamogordo, a couple of walks. And Rain Daly will come to the plate now with that runner still on first, and now 2 down. Daly steps into the right-hand batter's box. Daly had a wonderful state tournament last year. We'll see if maybe she can replicate that here in her senior year. She's going to foul this one off, and that shoots out over into the field adjacent to our right. Counts 0-1. It is a beautiful day today, by the way. Sunny skies, the breeze. So the breeze is probably blown out towards left field. And temperatures upper 70s, low 80s. Not bad at all. Very, very nice weather for the softball tournament. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2 now on Daly. Today and tomorrow's forecast looks really good. I believe Saturday could be a bit of a question mark. Hopefully that's more of later in the day. And we've got track and field state championships, softball, baseball state championships wrapping up this week. Swing and a miss, and that's strikeout number 5 as Lovato struck out 3 in that inning, struck out 2 in the first, and has looked, at the moment, unhittable for the Lady Tigers, but long way to go. Let's thank some of our sponsors that are bringing you Lady Tiger Fast Pitch State Softball Tournament action. Zuni Electric, Hometown Solar. All parts and labor are from right here in New Mexico, providing no-pressure, free estimates. Call 575-437-6514. Seaburger Dermatology accepting new patients, and most insurances, 10th in Washington, 575-437-4533. Ochoa Stucco, custom stucco jobs. Call for an estimate, 575-442-6745. First National Bank, whether it's the purchase of a new car a vacation, or the growth of your business, they can tailor a loan to meet your needs. FNB4U.com. Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Lady Tiger Fast Pitch on Alamo Sports and Talk. Call financial advisor Megan Wade at 575-434-5850 for all your investment needs. And First National Bank at 1300 North White Sands Boulevard, 575-439-9800, and online at firstamericanbanknm.com. Again, thank you to all of our sponsors. Thank you to our sponsors that have been with us all year long. First National Bank, Local Credit Union, Terra Federal Credit Union, Winter Circle, and Tularosa Communications. We'll hear from them coming up in the end of the inning. And it'll be Piedra Vista back to bat. And it'll be their number 4 hitter, Landry Bales, to the plate, hitting from the right-hand side. Lessentine in the circle. Shoots that in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Bales, then Isabella Jesse, and Brielle Sledge due up for Piedra Vista. Bales hitting .342 on the season with 40 RBIs and 5 home runs. Swing and a miss. Was taken a little bit off there was Lessentine. On a pitch that was low, and it's 0-2. I think, for two teams that haven't seen each other all season long, you got to wonder if there'll be a feeling out period through the first time through the order. And maybe it's in the 4th and the 5th inning that we start to see the hitters be able to learn a little something from all of that. And that pitch just missed, I believe, outside. And the count's 1-2. Back into the box comes Bales. And here's the pitch from Lessentine. Swing and a miss, and it's another strikeout for Sid. 3 through 4 batters. And that one didn't have to make the throw over to first after the swing and the miss. Even though I will say Mariah did make the throw over to first base, but it wasn't necessary to get the out. So it'll be Isabella Jesse coming to the plate now. She is hitting .462 on the season with 22 runs batted in. And that first pitch is in there for a strike. And it's 0-1. Bottom of 2 and no score if you're just tuning in. Lady Tigers have had a couple of base runners. Piedra Vista so far yet to get somebody on. And that's in there for a called strike again, and it's 0-2. As Granados will look over to Coach Ronnie Reyes, I usually don't get to see Coach Reyes in the defensive innings from up in the crow's nest back at home. Interesting to be able to see him doing his thing here, and that one misses a little high and outside. And the count is 1-2. Center fielder Jesse, in her first at-bat of the day, steps back in. Lessentine ready to go. Into her motion. Here's the pitch. And called strike 3 as that hits the outside corner. It was a check swing from Jesse, but it was a called strike, and Lessentine now has 4 strikeouts. So far, the pitchers have looked superb on each side. Lovato with 5 strikeouts through 2 innings, and Lessentine with 4 strikeouts through 1 2/3. We'll see if she can match Lovato. And now she faces Brielle Sledge. Sledge will swing and a miss, and one deflected off the glove of Granados. Just spun away. It's 0-1. Has sort of the same feel to the season opener against La Cueva. That was a pitcher's duel the entire way. Maybe we're going to see something similar here. That's just a little bit low, it looks like, and it's 1-1. Lady Tigers 7 losses this season, 4 to Centennial, 1 to Carlsbad, 1 to La Cueva, and the other one to Silver, all against quality teams. Most of them in this classification, and a good pitch there from Lessentine. Gets a swing and a miss, and the count is 1-2. Lessentine trying to put together another 1-2-3 inning. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss, and struck her out. Both pitchers with 5 strikeouts through 2 innings. And then Lessentine able to strike out the side there. We go to the top of the 3rd with no score. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
If you and your family are looking for a new home, you don't have to look far for a home mortgage. As a community bank, we not only have great rates, we offer you friendly financial service right here in the neighborhood. There are a lot of options in real estate lending. We're here to see that you get a loan you can live with. Talk to us about your home mortgage. We're an equal housing lender. First National Bank, member FDIC. When you grow, we grow.
Hometown pride. At the Winter Circle, we've got a lot of it. Your one-stop shop for high school sports apparel, letter jackets, polos, hats, and so much more. Get custom embroidery, special t-shirt prints, and flags. Need something for your business, team, or personal use? We've got you covered.
Hey, this is Alfred.
This is Angelo from the Winter Circle.
It's time to get out and support Alamogordo Tigers and all area teams. Stop by for a Tiger t-shirt and let's fill the stands.
Go Tigers! Winter Circle, 1201 10th Street.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes. That'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in New Mexico. Because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230-1019. Scoreless through two full innings. Two full innings. I had to think about that for a second. Lady Tigers are hitting now. I'm so used to them being in the bottom half. But they are the road team here. And Iceland Ortiz swings and misses. She watched the first pitch in there for a strike. She was showing bunt but brought back, and the 0-1 missed. And so now she's behind in the count 1-2. Ortiz up, and then back to the top of the order with Herrera and Granados for the Lady Tigers. Alamos had two base runners, both coming off of walks. The 1-2. Called strike three as Ortiz watches that one and make that 6 strikeouts now for Lovato. Well, second time through the order now for the Lady Tigers. Have they been able to pick up anything? Have they been able to learn anything and maybe have a bit more success against Lovato? But so far it has been very tough sledding. Herrera batting from the left-hand side. Lovato, right-handed pitcher. He's into her motion. Here's the pitch. Showing bunt, brings it back, called strike. An 0-1 to Herrera. I will say both pitchers have more been offering power. We really haven't seen a lot of change in velocity. It's been difficult for the hitters with them both hitters on each side having to really time. Fouled off by Herrera, and it's 0-2. Here comes the pitch from Lovato. Fouled off, and it'll get out of play. And it'll deflect off the top of the varsity field dugout behind us. So Herrera keeps her at bat alive, 0-2. Once again, they've got pretty much the entire outfield playing in for Herrera. And she's going to shoot this out to left field. It'll get down. It will, right in front of the center fielder. And Maylee Herrera has the first hit of the day. And some good work from the Lady Tiger leadoff hitter. And just what you want with your heart of the order on the way, as Mariah Granados will step into the box with a runner on first. Also curious to see how aggressive Alamogordo will be running here. Adriana Snyder, we haven't seen her have to test out her arm at the second base. Will she get the opportunity here? So the righty Granados steps in. Lovato is surrendering her first hit of the day. Here's the pitch. And that's in there for a strike. 0-1 to Granados. Wind continues to buffet us a little bit. It's definitely kicking up a lot of dust out on the field for the players. which I'm sure most of these players are used to in the spring. This is fouled off and out of play. And 0-2 now to Granados. So stepping back into the box is Granados. Obviously, there were some Cleveland High School students that wanted to come down and watch softball. That's a called strike 3 right at the knees. I think Coach Ronnie Reyes pointing out that was a little low. But it's another strikeout and make that 7 for Lovato. It was borderline. It looked like it was right about the knees, but certainly could have been a little low. I don't think that was an unfair call by the home plate umpire. So Lesson team steps in. She drew a walker first time up. Still Herrera at first. Lady Tigers haven't shown they're going to run here, and well, they will. And Herrera's going to get a stolen base. Obviously, I'm hearing things a little bit differently. I thought Lessentine had fouled that off, but it went right into the catcher's mitt, and the throw out the second was in front of the bag, and Herrera able to pick up the stolen base. And this could be one of those games that the small things will matter. You get your runner into scoring position. You got one of your best hitters at the plate. Can she come through? It's 0-1 to Lessentine. Watches that one miss low, and it's 1-1. 2 down in the top of the third inning, scoreless. And the first runner in scoring position for either team in this game, with Herrera at second after the single and the stolen base. And the pitch from Lovato. That's going to be in there for a called strike. It's the inside half of the plate. It's 1-2. These are going to be those moments. It feels like in this game with both pitchers dealing as well as they are that got to take advantage. Here comes the 1-2. Swing and a miss as she chases one upstairs. And for the second straight inning, 3 strikeouts in the inning for Lovato. And both pitchers continue their dominance. If the Lady Tigers do get a hit, they leave one on. No hits or no runs and no errors. And we need to thank some of our sponsors who are bringing the Lady Tiger Fast Pitch. We want to thank Edward Jones, a proud sponsor of Lady Tiger Fast Pitch on Alamo Sports and Talk. Call financial advisor Megan Wade at 575-434-5850. Thrive in Southern New Mexico helps to bring together businesses, organizations, nonprofits, and individuals to support a thriving community. 575-437-8400. Let's ThriveNM.org. Zuni Electric, Hometown Solar, all parts and labor are from right here in New Mexico. Providing no pressure, free estimates. Call 575-437-6514. First National Bank, 1300 North White Sands Boulevard, 575-439-9800. Online at firstamericanbanknm.com. Sparkland Splash Pool and Spa Service, the only BioGuard distributor in Otero County. 718 10th Street, Suite C, 575-430-8409. All right, looks like we're ready to go here in the bottom of the third inning. Piedra Vista to the plate. And we'll bring up Ayanna Stevens, the number 7 hitter. Stevens, and then Adriana Snyder and Reagan Worth. Lessentine, 5 strikeouts through 6 hitters faced. The only non-strikeout was a ground out. Swing and a miss. And the count is 0-1 to Stevens. The Lady Tigers have had the best opportunity to try to get one on the board, but again, this is still just the first time through for Piedra Vista. That pitch is going to miss a little bit high, a riser. That was tailing up at the end, and it'll be 1-1 as it was above the belt. Lessentine into her motion. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. And that's 1-2. Stevens steps back in. Into the wind, and here's the pitch. That's just a little bit low. Maybe a bit inside as well. 2-2 now to Stevens. Stevens hitting .313 on the season and has 24 RBIs for the Lady Panthers. Lesson team. Into her windup, and that one will miss just a little bit high. And the count runs full 3-2. This is the first full count we've seen today. It is. Or I should say with, that might be on both sides actually, but on this side. 3-2. That is a called strike 3. And again, just out of Granados' glove, but she'll just tag Stevens. And that is another strikeout for Lesson team. Trying to keep pace with with Lovato, who has 8 through 3 innings. Lesson team now with 6 through 2 1/3. Into the box, Adriana Snyder, and she'll swing and miss. And gets behind in the count 0-1. Snyder hitting .351 with 16 RBIs on the season. Oh, no, this would... 8 teams remaining. Good. 1-1 again, a little low, a little inside, and 2-1. Lesson team will take a couple steps behind the rubber. Now toe it again. Left foot on. Toes the right foot behind. Here's the pitch and fouls off and out of play to Snyder. And the count is 2-2. The Lesson team gets the count even. Base is empty. Bottom of 3, no score. The pitch. Fouled off and out of play, and Snyder earns another pitch. Piedra Vista coming in this game at 24-3. Alamogordo 20-7. And we had a foul ball come into the field. So stop things a little bit. And it looks like we're ready to go. Still 2-2. Lesson team. Arms up overhead into her motion, and again another foul off. This will stay. Nope, that was going to stay in play, but just went off the top of the Alamogordo dugout on the first base side. And the count remains 2-2 now to Adriana Snyder. Reagan Worth in the on-deck circle in the number 9 spot for Piedra Vista. Swing and a miss, and another strikeout for Lesson team. She has now struck out the last 7 she's faced, or 8 she's faced. No, 7. I was right the first time. Gave up a ground out on the very first pitch. Everything else has been strikeouts for Lesson team. And Reagan Worth, the lefty, steps into the box. Here's the pitch. That's a little low, maybe outside as well. And the count 1-0. Worth hitting .297. Got a couple RBIs in the season. I think she's kind of a place setter on the, or plate setter on the bottom part of the order, kind of a leadoff hitter in the same way. Lady Tigers do that similarly with some of their hitters. 2-0 as that one went to the backstop. So not many times Lesson team has dropped behind the count 2-0 today. We'll see if Worth is able to take advantage of that. 2-0. That's in there for a called strike. And it's 2-1. Now, very curious to see if Lesson team gets out of this inning with nobody on. And that pitch just misses a little low, it would appear. 3-1. Well, the only, all right, I take that back. Lovato with 2 base runners through walks, but she also gave up a hit in the last inning. Here it comes, swing and a miss. And the count full now, 3-2. Lessentine trying to keep it on a roll here as she faces a full count for the second time this inning. Here comes the 3-2. And they're going to say that's out. They're going to say it's outside. The hitter thought that it was a strike. Doesn't get the call, and so Lessentine gives up her first base runner of the day. Coach Reyes, he came out of the dugout going, the hitter thought that was a call to strike 3. All right, so we will get to see second time through the order here, and Brooke Cadrain, I should say, steps in. She is an exceptionally dangerous hitter. So with 2 outs, and she swings and misses at the first one, 0-1. This is a big, similar to the last inning, this is a big opportunity for Piedra Vista. Got arguably your best hitter at the plate with a runner on. Here's the pitch. And that's a called strike on the inside corner, and Lessentine buckling down here, getting ahead in the count 0-2. Lessentine surrendering her first base runner of the day. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss, and struck her out. And Lessentine broke her string of 7 consecutive strikeouts, but she's got 8 for the game. And the Lady Tigers keep it scoreless. We are through 3 complete. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230 1019. No score. Stay with us.
Join OFCU for Celebrate the Freedom of Savings event. For a limited time only, OFCU is offering personal loans as low as 7.99% APR. Vehicle purchases or refinance vehicle loans start as low as 4.99% APR. Start saving today. Apply online at www.oterofcu.org. Offer starts May 17th through May 23rd. Limited time offer. All loans subject to credit approval. Not all will qualify for lowest rate. Other restrictions may apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Tularosa Communication is now offering the smart Wi-Fi with built-in network security and enhanced parental controls. Do you have kids at home that you want to protect from overexposure on the internet? Block content, set internet time limits, or app and website restrictions for each family member in the house. Get notified when you have a network intrusion and reroute bandwidth to devices that matter the most, all from an app on your phone. Take control of your internet with Tularosa Communications. Visit tularosa.net or call 585-2700 for more information.
You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230 1019. Haley Evans going to lay down a bunt. It's fielded by Lovato. She tosses on to first and gets her. Evans was behind the count 0-1 after swinging a miss and trying to put down the bunt, but unable to make it happen. 1-3 in the putout, and there's one down. We're in the top of the 4th inning, and no score. And so far, just 1 hit on either side. That 1 hit belonging to Alamogordo. Maylee Herrera singled in the last inning. And both pitchers have 8 strikeouts through 3+ innings. First pitch missed to Alexis Rodriguez. Alexis walked her first time up. Almost had 3 base runners, 2 walks, and a single. Here's the 1-0. Ground ball right back up the middle, and that's going to get through for a base hit. Just deflected off of the second baseman's glove and into the outfield. Danica Wilson tried to backhand that, but Alamogordo picks up their second hit of the day. Now can they string something together with Amani Kosum coming to the plate? She was up here with the base runner on the last time. I'm sure they'd like to lay down a bunt here and see if they can move that runner up to second with Bautista. One of the Piedra Vista coaches coming out of the dugout to relay defensive positioning. And the third baseman, Cadrain, is moving her way up to about a third or a quarter of the way up the third base line, expecting the bunt. And tried to bunt it, did Kosum, but she's going to foul it off on the ground, squibs up the first base side, and it's 0-1. Kosum struck out in her first at-bat. But as I said, second time through the order, Alamogordo's had a bit more success, 2 hits. It's not anything to be overly excited about, but it's better than the first time through. And this is fouled off and out of play on a full swing by Kosum. And she falls behind the count 0-2. But certainly, between watching and being up at the plate, you maybe get a little bit better idea of how to time things up. You know the pitch is a bit better. And you'll probably see the same thing from Piedra Vista second time through the order, with these two teams pretty unfamiliar with each other coming into it. Lovato, a long look in. Here's the pitch. And that'll miss outside. Kosum able to hold up. And the count's 1-2. Runner on first for Alamogordo in the top of the fourth. Each side trying to break through in what has been a pitcher's duel here. Lovato into her motion. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. And Kosum strikes out for the second time today. 2 down. And it'll bring up Alyssa Bautista, who was also a strikeout victim. At this point, you look through both orders and who hasn't been, but that was 9 strikeouts now for Lovato. And Bautista, the lefty, steps in. She will step back out as Lovato didn't look like she was ready. She's still standing back off the rubber a little bit. Now Bautista in. That pitch is low. Rodriguez, no attempt to try to steal here. Counts 1-0. Again, she'll look over to Coach Ronnie Reyes in the third base box. And step into the batter's box. And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Rodriguez goes, and she will slide in safely. Another stolen base for the Lady Tigers. Puts a runner in scoring position. Might have been a hit and run with Bautista swinging at that, but Lady Tigers have been able to put runners into scoring position in each of the last innings off of singles and stolen bases. It's 1-1 here to Bautista. Runner on second now, and a base hit might break this deadlock. Still no score. Here comes 1-1. Fouls it off and out of play. And Lovato's got it back to another 2-strike count. Needing a couple more softballs for the home plate umpire. Counts 1-2. Runner on second with 2 outs. And no score in the top of the fourth. Here comes the pitch. That is just going to miss. Would appear to be outside. I don't know if that was high. Piedra Vista fans wanted the call. Did not get it. And so Bautista will get another opportunity. Rodriguez on second. Lovato. And Bautista's going to foul this one off, and it will just get into the field behind us, and she'll get another opportunity. I always like watching, just as hitters have different ways they do things. Lovato brings her glove just up to her chest and goes into her motion, whereas Lessentine brings it way up over her head. Obviously, both pitchers do quite well, so different strategies work. That's going to miss high. Rodriguez started to move towards third, but she'll go back, and it's a full count now to Bautista. Rain Daly in the on-deck circle if Bautista reaches. One of the few full counts. I think this is the only full count that Lovato has faced. She looks in. Here comes the payoff. The pitch. That is going to miss high and maybe a bit inside as well. And so the Lady Tigers will have runners on first and second. And Rain Daly with a big opportunity. Third walk surrendered by Lovato. And I think we're going to see won't necessarily be a courtesy runner. I think it's going to be the flex player coming in and running for Bautista. It'll be Ruiz, who's the left fielder. And then I imagine next time around in the order, they'll re-enter Bautista. Now, the Lady Tigers have had the best opportunities. So that umpire coming over and notifying the official scorer here. And also going over and telling the Piedra Vista dugout. And so it looks like we're ready to go. So Rain Daly, a senior, trying to put the Lady Tigers on the scoreboard in the top of the fourth inning. Runners on first and second. One of just two seniors of this Lady Tiger group. Getting another opportunity here at State in Albuquerque, Rio Rancho. And a great run last year, hoping to do a similar thing. Daly ready to go, Lovato ready to go. Here's the pitch. She's going to see that hitter. It's going to catch her on the left arm. And the bases are loaded now with Iceland Ortiz. So you go from a senior to an eighth grader. But Ortiz has certainly played, I would say, well above her experience level at varsity softball. She's been solid in the field. She's had some very good days at the plate and has been a very good pitcher as well. But a huge opportunity for her here with the bases loaded and two down. Top of the fourth inning and no score. The righty steps in against the right-handed pitching Lovato. Lovato into her motion. Here's the pitch. Watching that one the whole way. It's a called strike on the outer half of the plate. 0-1 to the Lady Tiger shortstop. She steps back in. And the pitch. That's going to be high. And the count evens at 1. Lady Tigers trying to break the ice. Top of the fourth inning. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. Best chance that either team has had today. Piedra Vista got their first base runner in the last inning. Only got to first. Lady Tigers had a runner in scoring position in the last inning. But now they've got two, and they've got the bases loaded. But it's a 1-2 count. And Lovato trying to work out of this jam. She's ready to go. Here it comes. Swing and a miss, and she gets out of it. So she gave up a single. Alamo got a stolen base. Then it was a walk and a hit by pitch. And Lovato comes away with the strikeout. And the Lady Tigers leave them loaded. 1 hit, no runs, no errors, and 3 left on in the top half of the fourth inning. And we remain scoreless. Piedra Vista up to bat next. We want to thank our Lady Tiger Fast Pitch sponsors that include Alamogordo Flower Company and the Candy Store. Has flowers for Mother's Day that will suit any style. Offering Mother's Day delivery to Alamogordo, 575-434-2600. AlamogordoFlowerCo.com. 9th in Texas, next to Print Plus. Seaburger Dermatology, accepting new patients and most insurances, 10th in Washington, 575-437-4533. Pioneer Abstract and Title Company, 909 Delaware Avenue in Alamogordo. Call 575-437-5810. First National Bank, whether it's the purchase of a new car, a vacation, or the growth of your business, they can tailor a loan to meet your needs. FNB4U.com. Ochoa Stucco, custom stucco jobs. Call for an estimate at 575-442-6745. And King's Treasure, all proceeds benefit Pregnancy Resources Plus, 1500 North White Sands. So Sydney Lessentine back out there. She has faced just 1 over the minimum and has struck out 8 through 3 innings of work. Had an excellent first game here at Cleveland High School. But, as I've been saying, second time through the order, usually the hitters are able to learn a little something and maybe have a bit more success. Lady Tigers have done that. Can Lady Panthers do the same? Swing, or I should say swing, a pitch that misses high and off the glove and to the backstop, and it's 1-0 to Emma Lovato. So Lovato steps in, hitting .452, 23 RBI. She struck out in her first at-bat. Here's the pitch. And this one softly hit in the air, and that one is going to drop right in front of Evans, and it'll end up being an infield single. That was kind of no man's land. It was a little bit too deep for Lessington to go back and make the play, and it was a long run for Evans to get there. And I think even if she fields that cleanly, I'm not sure she's able to get the throw to first. It would have been a difficult angle. She kind of would have had to do one of those submarine underhand throws to make that work. So we'll give Lovato the single on that. And so it'll be the lefty, Danica Wilson. I won't say that's, a huge amount of extra success against Lessington, but it works. And again, this is one of those games that little things like that could make a huge difference. Showing bunt, pops it up. This could stay in play, and Kosum's going to make the diving play. What a snag there by Amani Kosum as she grabbed that right in front of the Piedra Vista dugout. She charged on it and then sort of had to twist her body back to be able to get to it and made a fine play. And the Lady Tigers pick up the first out of the inning on a pop-out on the bunt attempt by Wilson. It'll be Landry Bales coming up to the plate now. She struck out in her first time up. It's in the dirt. By the way, we have a courtesy runner on for the Panthers, Ashley Smouse, running for the pitcher, Lovato. 1-0 the count to the right fielder, Bales. Struck out her first time up, but 40 RBIs on the season. Dangerous in that cleanup spot. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. And so far, the Panthers haven't tried to test out Mariah Granados. They were sending Worth on the 2-strike count in the last inning, but it ended up being a strikeout, so no throw was needed. Lady Tigers are playing in on the corners. So Daly and Kosum, I believe, expecting maybe a bunt here. Yep, shows bunt, but fouls it off. Neither team has had much success laying down bunts today. 1-2 is the count. Bottom of the fourth and no score. 1 out. Piedra Vista at bat. A runner on first, the first single of the day, or first hit of the day for Piedra Vista in this inning. As Lovato had a soft liner that dropped, and a difficult infield defensive play for the Lady Tigers. 1-2. Swing and a miss, and Lessington with a strikeout. That's 9 now for Sid. And they'll bring up Isabella Jesse to the plate. A .462 hitter, but one of Lessington's strikeout victims a little bit earlier in this game. Runner on first, and now 2 down. Lessington ready to go. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-1. Roddy versus Roddy here. Lessington deals. That's a called strike. And she's ahead in the count 0-2. 2 down and a runner on first. They got the leadoff hitter on. The Lessington trying to make it another routine inning. Into the line. Here's the pitch. And this one is hit to the right side. That's a base hit. And Rodriguez is going to try to toss it to first, and it's going to get through all the way to the catcher. Runner advances to third. And probably one for Alexis that she should have just held on to there. Or hit the cutoff person to not allow the runner to advance to third. So an inning that was close to being routine, but is most certainly not now. Runners in the corners with 2 down after Jesse comes up with the single, just slapped it opposite way to right field. And Brielle Sledge comes to the plate. And so this 4th inning has been big for both sides. Can Piedra Vista convert with a couple runners on and a runner in scoring position? Swing and a miss on the first offering. It's 0-1. Lots of swings and misses in this game on both sides. And it just tells you how both pitchers have been dialed in. Into the line and the pitch. And that'll miss high, and holding off on the check swing was Sledge, and it's 1-1. And that's been the pitch that a lot of the Piedra Vista hitters have been going after, is that rise pitch that Most of the time out of the strike zone, but I'm sure as it's coming out of the hand, it looks like it's going to be in the strike zone. 1-1. That's in there for a called strike, and again, Lessentine gets it to 2 strikes. But it was an 0-2 hit to right field by Jesse. With 2 strikes and 2 outs, can Sledge come up with something similar for Piedra Vista? Runners on the corners with 2 down, no score, bottom of the 4th. And here comes the 1-2. That's going to miss high, and she holds off. 2-2. And I got up a couple pitches to waste here for the Lady Tigers and try to get her to chase something. Sledge back in. Lessentine ready to go. Into her motion. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss and struck her out. 2 hits in the inning for Piedra Vista. They leave 2 on. No runs and no Lady Tiger errors. We will head to the top of the 5th inning, and we remain scoreless in this Class 5A state tournament game between the number 5-seeded Piedra Vista, another 5-seeded Alamogordo Lady Tigers, and the number 4-seeded Piedra Vista Lady Panthers. We'll be back after this.
Do you need a what loan? Life is messy and things come up. Maybe your graduate needs a used car. Maybe the laptop died. Maybe you're getting ready to furnish a dorm room. Or maybe your kids have outgrown every item of clothing they own. Again. Local Credit Union belongs to you. They offer loans for all of the what that happens in life. Apply online at localcreditunion.com or stop by and see the loan department. Local Credit Union, 9th in Washington, member NCUA.
Sometimes you just need a loan. Your daughter Debbie is getting married. Your son Toby needs a new tuba. Let's face it, families cost money. Things come up that you had no way of predicting. We make personal loans for occasions like this to people who have good credit. So next time you find yourself connected to the unexpected, stop in and see us about a personal loan, subject to credit approval. First National Bank, member FDIC. When you grow, we grow.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Through 4 complete, no score. And the Lady Tigers back up to hit, and the lefty Herrera and they're going to call 2 strikes. Not sure what exactly happened there. I don't know if she took a swing at it as she was in the box. That was strange. Before the pitch came, but they ended up calling a strike. I don't think a pitch actually came across there, but it's 0-2. She's going to foul this one off and out of play. Apologies if anybody's trying to look for updates on our Facebook. I know I haven't been posting there, but I will say the internet here sometimes can be a little questionable. Here comes the pitch. This is fouled off, out of play. Herrera's one of the few Lady Tiger hitters that has gotten bat to ball in pretty much every one of her at-bats. She did end up, she lined out in her first. She got a single in the second, but she's had, I feel like, pretty good success seeing the softball in this matchup. Swing and a miss, and as I say that, she strikes out for the first time today. Mariah Granados looking for her first hit. She has struck out twice. Here in the number 2 spot. Top of the 5th inning and no score. First pitch will miss, and it's 1-0. Yeah, they're forgetting to put our updates online because I really haven't had anything to update, to be honest. It's still scoreless. Ground ball and foul ball up the third base line. 1-1. 1-1 the count now to Granados. I've lost the count there. We don't have a scoreboard here, and actually, I think only the main field has a scoreboard normally. This one does have one, but they're not running the scoreboard here for this one. I don't know maybe if it's not working correctly or not, but I believe they just have the scoreboard on the main field here. Swing and a miss. 1-2. And actually, they do have a physical scoreboard that they have pointed towards the fans, but it's just for runs, not for pitch count. Well, the sun has gone away a little bit with the breeze, and it's gotten a little bit cold here. There's a change in temperature. I'm sure for the players it's no big deal. 2-2. But just kind of give you guys an idea of what's happening here. Obviously you can't see what's going on in the shade for one of the first times. It'll only last for a little bit, I would imagine. Here comes the 2-2 from Lovato. Popped up and in play. And it's going to drop. Two players were there to make the play, but all of a sudden, I believe, it looked like the second baseman, Wilson, called off the first baseman, Ayanna Stevens. So I think you got to call that I don't know if it's an E3 or an E4, but it's an E. And puts a runner on first for the Lady Tigers, and Sydney Lessentine will come to the plate. And that's a high pop-up like that as well with the breeze. Can kind of play with it a little bit, and seemed like that was a bit of the problem there. Here comes the first pitch to Lessentine. Swing and a miss. Granados goes, and the throw is going to hit off of Mariah into the outfield. Granados is going to stop at third. She was sliding into the bag, and it went through the fielder's glove, and it kicked off her foot into shallow left field. And so it's a runner on third with Lessentine at the plate. And it looks like it's going to be time called. I believe we're 0-1 at the plate. Was it a ball? Oh, it was 1-0? Okay. I thought she swung on it. So it's 1-0 and a runner on third, and this is, well, as good as the last opportunity for the Lady Tigers. You do have a bit more room for error with one down. But a runner on third, and Piedra Vista helping out the Lady Tigers in this inning after letting the pop-up fall, and then the throw out to second ends up going into the outfield and puts a runner on third. So a deep fly ball could score, and Sid's going to move. Oh, okay, they're going to intentionally walk, I think. No, she's going to move to the left side? Okay, this is different. So Sid's going to bat lefty. I don't think I've seen her bat lefty once. Huh. I don't know if she's looking to maybe hit a ground ball. Yeah, she's looking to bunt. They were trying to squeeze. They'll throw back. And was she back in time? She was. So they were trying to play the squeeze. They threw over to third. That was an interesting call there. I don't know. I think you let Sid hit there with her ability, but I don't know. It's 1-1, so it was just one strike there, and they wanted, I think, try to switch things up a little bit, but I haven't seen Sid do that once. Maybe she's done it in some road games. I've never seen that before. So she's back to the right-hand batter's box now. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. Haley Evans in the on-deck circle for the Lady Tigers. Alamogordo doesn't want to leave another runner in scoring position here, but with a pitcher like Lovato, you know it is extremely difficult to make it happen. Even if a ground ball to the right side might score a run here, so just making contact is huge. Lovato, long look in. And now we've got a softball that came in from one of the other fields. And so we'll reset and do it again. We'll reset it for you guys. Top of the fifth inning, no score. Lady Tigers have had probably the best opportunities in this game. They loaded the bases in the last inning. They had a runner on second in the previous inning. Piedra Vista had their first real threat of the day in the last inning in the bottom of the fourth. They put runners in the corners with 2 outs. And we've got another softball that came in from one of the other fields, so we'll try this 1-2 again. Well, I guess the question is whose rhythm does this affect more, the hitter or the batter? Probably neither. Runner on third, a 1-2 count to Lessentine with 1 down. Lovato into her motion. Here's the pitch. And Lessentine, unable to connect, strikes out for the second time today. 2 down, and Evans will come to the plate. Evans has made some contact. She tried to lay down a bunt in her last at-bat. That was in the 3rd inning. But needs a base hit. Or again, if something... Now a ground ball to the right side won't matter. So needs a base hit. Lovato looks in. Here's the pitch. High pop up, and this may stay in play. And it drops again. The first baseman tried to get over there and get it. Same with the second baseman. So it was Stevens and Wilson on that right side of the infield. And those are the kind of plays that, if Alamo's able to score in this inning, that will frustrate Piedra Vista. Now, if no runs come across, it'll end up being no big deal. Here comes the 0-1. Evans hits this one high in the air, right side of the infield. And this time the second baseman, Wilson, calls it off calls the first baseman off and makes the play. And the inning is over. So the Lady Tigers unable to convert. They were gifted that runner at third in that inning. And unable to make it happen there as the pop-up is caught at second. So it'll go to the bottom of the 5th inning. And still no score. Let's thank our Lady Tiger sponsors. Zuni Electric, Hometown Solar. All parts and labor are from right here in New Mexico, providing no pressure, free estimates. Call 575-437-6514. Sparkland Splash Pool and Spa Service, the only BioGuard distributor in Otero County, 718 10th Street, Suite C, 575-430-8409. First National Bank, whether it's the new car, a vacation, or the growth of your business, they can tailor a loan to meet your needs. FNB4U.com. Pioneer Abstract and Title Company, 909 Delaware Avenue in Alamogordo. Call 575-437-5810. One of our many great sponsors, and we appreciate all of them for helping us provide you guys with state tournament coverage here in the Albuquerque metro area. All right. For Piedra Vista, it'll be 7, 8, and 9 in the order. Stevens, Snyder, and Worth. Stevens and Snyder struck out in their first at-bats. Worth a walk. That was the first base runner. In the next inning, Piedra Vista picked up a couple of hits. So it's 2 hits for Piedra Vista. Alamogordo has 3, I believe. No, they've got 2 as well. So 2 hits aside. And Lessentine will step back into the circle and continue her fantastic effort. 10 strikeouts for Sid through the first 4 innings of work. But bottom of the 5th now. And here's the pitch. And this one fouled off and out of play up the first base side. Ooh, hopefully that didn't catch anybody over there. We've got some teams that are waiting to play next games up. That are in various places around here. Here comes the 0-1. And that's something a little bit off speed there. I was talking with the official scorer here during the one of the inning breaks, and I said we really haven't seen Sid throw a lot of off-speed stuff, which she normally does. And that was one of the first that we've seen. So it's 0-2. It's definitely been power pitching on both sides in this game. It hasn't been maybe a bit more of the finesse side. 0-2. Swing and a miss, and struck her out. It's 11 now for Lessentine. Yeah, you just wonder who's going to be able to break through in this game right now. I don't want to say it seems hopeless, but it's going to be something little. It's going to be a defensive miscue, you feel like, a stolen base, a wild pitch. That really feels like what is going to be the difference in this game as we go along. This is fouled off, and it does stay in play, but that would have been a difficult run there for Granados, and it's 0-1 to Adriana Snyder, the catcher, and she's at the plate. Snyder batting from the right-hand side. Lessentine heading the count 0-1. And into the windup. Here's the pitch. That's going to be high, and the count evens. Now, just a reminder, there's 4 games going on, and I believe it's the game on the main field behind us. There's a lot of noise going on. I believe that's Centennial Mayfield. This is popped up, and it's going to stay in play. I had to keep a close eye on that one. It felt like it was going to hit the there's kind of an angled fence here that tries to keep the ball in. I saw it coming over and rolling right down onto my setup here. So I would swing and a miss. Strikeout number 12 for Lessentine. I like to say I would be able to catch one of those softballs as it came at me, but I think we both know that might go badly. Looks like we're going to get a pinch hitter. It's going to be the flex player, Sakura Hood, that is going to hit instead of Reagan Worth, who was the designated player. So Hood will get an opportunity to swing. Two outs. Sounds like her nickname is Taco from what they're saying in the dugout. I always love some of the nicknames that players get over the years. Obviously a play on her name, but here's Lessentine ready to go. Here's the pitch. And that's in there for a strike as it catches the outside corner. Counts 0-1. Hood getting her first look at Sid. This is still just the second time through the order for Piedra Vista. Swing and a miss, and again deflects off of Granados' glove, but no problems with nobody on, and it's 0-2 now. Yeah, kind of interesting. You think you'd want the hitter that maybe, that had gone through an at-bat and seen the pitches, but sometimes getting somebody new out there who's watched the game and maybe seeing some things. See if she can come up with someone with 2 strikes. Cannot. Lessentine strikes out the side. She's got 13 through 5 innings, and we remain scoreless in this fantastic pitchers duel between Piedra Vista's Emma Lovato and Alamogordo's Sydney Lessentine. We'll take a break and come back. You're listening to Lady Tiger Fast Pitch on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Hometown pride. At the Winter Circle, we've got a lot of it. Your one-stop shop for high school sports apparel, letter jackets, polos, hats, and so much more. Get custom embroidery, special t-shirt prints, and plaques. Need something for your business, team, or personal use? We've got you covered.
Hey, this is Alfred.
This is Angelo
From the Winter Circle. It's time to get out and support Alamogordo Tigers and all area teams. Stop by for a Tiger t-shirt and let's fill the stands.
Go Tigers! Winter Circle, 1201 10th Street.
Join OFCU for Celebrate the Freedom of Savings event. For a limited time only, OFCU is offering personal loans as low as 7.99% APR. Vehicle purchases or refinance vehicle loans start as low as 4.99% APR. Start saving today. Apply online at www.oterofcu.org. Offer starts May 17th through May 23rd. Limited time offer. All loans subject to credit approval. Not all will qualify for lowest rate. Other restrictions may apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019, still scoreless. We're through 5 complete innings. And the Lady Tigers up to hit with Alexis Rodriguez to the plate for Alamogordo. Emma Lovato coming in, and she has been rock solid this entire game. Swing and a miss, Sydney Lessentine on the other side with 13 strikeouts. That's going to be in there for a called strike right at the knees. And 0-2. This is fouled off and out of play. So a two-strike count now to Alexis Rodriguez. Single and a walk. One of the few on either side that hasn't been punched out. Fouls it off, and we'll keep it alive. Still 0-2. Top of 6 and no score. Base is empty. Leadoff hitter for the Lady Tigers in the inning. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a bit low. 1-2. Rodriguez, Kosum, and Bautista due up in the inning. Now, Alexis has been on both times she's come to the plate. Here's the pitch from Lovato. This is popped up right to the catcher, just a soft little pop-up, and that's out number 1. Rodriguez out for the first time today. Heads back to the dugout, and Amani Kosum will step in. A couple of strikeouts. If she can put down a bunt, with the velocity that both these pitchers have been throwing, it's been really difficult to lay down quality bunts on both sides. So with her speed, that's one of those that see if they can make happen, but she's going to go on that. She tried to lay down the bunt. Did not connect and did not bring the bat back in time. I think that would have been a ball if she had brought it back. And it's 0-1. Lovato in the line. Here's the pitch. Fouls it off. And rocketed out of play up the first base side. And the count's 0-2. Now just curious to see who's going to break through, and the pressure turns up. This is one of those games where it's great to be the home team if you're Piedra Vista, because you'll have opportunities to possibly walk off if you come away with a hit or two in the 7th inning on. And this certainly feels like a game that could be headed towards extras, but still plenty to play here in regulation. Bottom or top of the 6th with a 1-2 count now to Kosum and 1 down. And a swing and a miss, and she strikes out. 3rd strikeout for Kosum today. And it's now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 strikeouts for Lovato. And to bring up Alyssa Bautista. She has struck out and walked. And looks like they're going to re-enter Bautista. So Bautista, who was sub for the flex, which is Madison Ruiz as a base runner. And so Bautista will step in. The home plate umpire will dust off home plate. Her? I'm not sure. So Bautista. And I think we've got a softball that maybe came in. Yeah, so one bounced into left field. And a little bit of a hold, and now we're ready to go. Here comes the first pitch of the at-bat to Alyssa Bautista. So watch that one miss. Looks like a little low. 1-0. Lovato, ready to go. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. And the count's 1-1. I don't know how many times I've said that today, but it's been a lot. 13 strikeouts for Lessentine, 12 for Lovato. And not a lot of contact made by these hitters. 1-1. And this isn't contact, but it's a high pop-up that's going to get into the top of the batting cage over on the varsity field, the field number 1 here at Cleveland High School. And so 1-2 now to Bautista. Here's the pitch from Lovato. And called strike 3. And the inning is over. So the Lady Tigers, a couple of strikeouts and a pop-out. And Coach Ronnie Reyes thought that one was possibly outside. I don't know if he was thinking high. It looked like it was in the strike zone up and down. But anyhow, we go to the bottom of the 6th inning, and we remain scoreless. Let's check in with our Lady Tiger Fast Pitch sponsors for state tournament action. Thrive in Southern New Mexico helps to bring together businesses, organizations, nonprofits, and individuals to support a thriving community. 575-437-8400. Let'sThriveNM.org. Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Lady Tiger Fast Pitch on Alamo Sports and Talk. Call financial advisor Megan Wade at 575-434-5850 for all your investment needs. King's Treasure. All proceeds benefit Pregnancy Resources Plus, 1500 North White Sands. All right. Sydney Lessentine back to work in the bottom of the 6th inning. And we get back to the top of the order for Piedra Vista. And the pressure starts to ratchet up just a little bit more with a scoreless game and working into the late innings. Piedra Vista knows that if they can find a way to get one across here in this inning, they'll have a chance to close it out in the top half of the 7th. Alamo knows the same. Here comes the first pitch from Lessentine, and that's going to miss high, 1-0 to Brooke Cadrain, who is 456 hitter, 35 RBIs, 10 homers, but a ground out and a strikeout. Just 2 hits on both sides. Almost had more base runners. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. Cadrain ready to go. Here's Lessentine. And she took something off there. This one hit the left field, but it's right to Ruiz. She's got it. Really didn't even have to move. And that's one of the few we've seen from either side hit into the outfield. Piedra Vista shot one to the opposite side on a base hit. Alamos had, I think, 2 to the outfield, and both of them were off of Maylee Herrera's bat. Pretty much everything else has been on the infield. I take that back. There was a ground ball up the middle on one of the base hits for Alamogordo. I think that was Alexis's hit. That's a called strike on the first offering to Lovato. So a fly out to left field on the first out of the inning. And Lovato 0-1, but she does have one of Piedra Vista's 2 hits on the day. Lessentine winds and deals. And that's right in there for a strike as well, right at the knees, and some big-time velocity there from Lessentine. Counts 0-2. Into the wind, and the pitch, and a ground ball slapped to the opposite side. That's going to be fielded cleanly by Evans. She'll flip it on to first, and there's 2 down. One of the few times, if the only time in this game, that Lessentine won't have 2 strikeouts in an inning. I don't think it matters one way or the other to her. An out is an out. And so Danica Wilson coming to the plate. Strikeout, pop out in her 2 tries as the lefty steps in. And Lessentine looks in. Here's the wind and the pitch. And a swing and a miss, sort of a half swing from Wilson. And it's 0-1. Lessentine deals. And that's going to miss outside, deflected off of Granados' glove again, 1-1. Nobody on, no problems there. Hitter steps back in. Lessentine toes the rubber. And here comes. That's in the dirt. And it's 2-1 now to Wilson. Now, Sid's location has been precise today. She has been not too many in the dirt. I think maybe 3 or 4 at most. And making the hitters have to go after, at least think about having to go after each one of her pitches. And that's going to miss outside on the 2-1. And it's 3-1. Landry bails in the on-deck circle if Wilson is able to reach. Lessentine into her motion. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. And it goes full. 3-2. Wilson has struck out and popped out today. Lessentine deals. Called strike 3. And the inning is over. 14 strikeouts for Lessentine, and we're through 6. And we still have no score. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Tularosa Communication is now offering the smart Wi-Fi with built-in network security and enhanced parental controls. Do you have kids at home that you want to protect from overexposure on the internet? Block content, set internet time limits, or app and website restrictions for each family member in the house. Get notified when you have a network intrusion and reroute bandwidth to devices that matter the most, all from an app on your phone. Take control of your internet with Tularosa Communications. Visit tularosa.net or call 585-2700 for more information.
Do you need a what loan? Life is messy and things come up. Maybe your graduate needs a used car. Maybe the laptop died. Maybe you're getting ready to furnish a dorm room. Or maybe your kids have outgrown every item of clothing they own. Again, Local Credit Union belongs to you. They offer loans for all of the what that happens in life. Apply online at localcreditunion.com or stop by and see the loan department. Local Credit Union, 9th and Washington, member NCUA.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Rain Daly at the plate, and she swings and misses at the first offering. And it's 0-1 to the Lady Tiger senior. Strikeout and hit by pitch in her 2 tries today. This is popped up and out of play. No, actually that stayed in play. 0-2. Looked like maybe the catcher, Snyder, caught some dust in her eyes. She went to go after that. I don't know if she would have been able to get to that, but might have had an opportunity. And here comes the 0-2. Swing and a miss and a strikeout. 14 strikeouts now for Lovato. And Iceland Ortiz will come to the plate. Well, maybe not. Looks like we're possibly going to see a pinch hitter. The Lady Tigers have 3 on the bench. Miranda Schlupp, Zaima Delgado, and Daviana Gonzalez. I think it might be Gonzalez. Yep. So Daviana Gonzalez is going to get an opportunity. So Gonzalez will step in. Looks like she had to hand something to Coach Lunar. Maybe there was just some trash on the field or something. I think might have been picked up by Coach Reyes, who was talking to Daviana. And so she's going to get a chance here. I haven't seen Davi hit on the varsity side this year, so she's getting an opportunity here in the state playoffs. And that one's going to miss maybe a little bit high, maybe a bit inside. 1-0. That's similar we saw with Piedra Vista. Try to give somebody else an opportunity. Maybe they'll have some success. New eyes. That's in there for a strike, 1-1. And not a bad idea for Gonzalez to be taking here early in the at-bat. Try to get the timing down, try to get a feel of Lovato. Here comes the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Took a big swing at it, but came up empty, 1-2. Lady Tigers will go back to the top of the order in the top of the 7th. However, will this be their last opportunity? And that's a called strike 3. And Gonzalez down, and that's 15 Ks now for Lovato. So we'll be back to the top of the order, and Maylee Herrera, who's had probably the best success in getting contact on the pitches from Lovato. She lined out in the first inning, but then she picked up a single in the third. She did strike out in her last at-bat. Here's the wind of the pitch, looking bunt, and she did not offer. No, she did not go. They looked up the first base line and asked if she went. And so the count's 1-0. Now, 2 outs. Can Alamogordo make something happen here? And that one is going to be high. And it's 2-0. Herrera back in and ahead in the count. There's the pitch. And she's going to watch that one miss. Looks like inside. And Maley gets ahead in the count, 3-0. Well, Alamo would love a base runner here and see if they can give Granados or Lessentine a chance. But tell you what, Sid and Mariah, among most of the lineup, hasn't had much success against Lovato. Here's the pitch. That's in there for a strike, and it's 3-1. The lefty steps back in with 2 outs and the bases empty. And the pitch. Ground ball lined up the first base side, but foul. 3-2. That one gets all the way out to the fence in the outfield, and the right fielder Bale is going to toss that back in. And the second baseman Wilson will forward it on to the pitcher Lovato, but it's 2 strikes, full count, 2 outs, top of the 7th, in a scoreless ball game. And the pitch. And this is lined right back up the middle. Base hit again. And Herrera is going to be able to get to second on this. They were shading the outfield to the right, and it's a double for Maylee Herrera. And Mariah Granados comes up with an opportunity here in the top of the 7th. If she can come up with a base hit to put Alamogordo in front and give the Lady Tigers a chance to close this one out in the bottom half. Couple of strikeouts and reached on an error in her last at-bat. And we're going to see Piedra Vista coach come out of the dugout and talk to his infield. And a key moment here in the top of the 7th inning with 2 outs and a runner on second base after the double from Maylee Herrera. She's 2-for-4 today. And I believe the only hitter on either side with a multi-hit game. But now's the time if you're going to come up with something for the Lady Tigers. It's a good piece of hitting, though. Once again, Herrera's probably seen the ball the best out of anybody in this Alamogordo lineup. So the meeting at the circle is going to have to be broken up by the home plate umpire. Both Sydney Lessentine and Mariah Granados were chatting with, and Maylee Herrera were all chatting with Coach Ronnie Reyes at the third base box. But with 2 outs, Alamogordo needs a base hit. And Mariah, who has been consistent all season long, needing just 1 here. As Lovato is ready to go. Here's the pitch. Shows a bunt, puts it down. It's a pretty good bunt. Here's the throw to first, and they're going to get her. Very close. Well, Herrera was still running. That was 3 outs. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if somebody thought that it was 2. And that, boy, with the bunt that was laid down there, I wonder if, did the Alamo coaches know that it was 2 outs? Do you try that bunt in that situation? Interesting. But it was a difficult defensive play, and credit to the infield for Piedra Vista, as Brooke Cadrain made a fine play and got it on to first. And the Lady Tigers, once again, unable to bring a runner in scoring position. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th with still no score. Thanks to our Tiger softball state tournament sponsors, Ochoa Stucco, custom stucco jobs. Call for an estimate at 575-442-6745. First American Bank at 1300 North White Sands Boulevard, 575-439-9800. Online at firstamericanbanknm.com. Alamogordo Flower Company and the Candy Store has flowers for Mother's Day that will suit any style. Offering Mother's Day delivery to Alamogordo, 575-434-2600. AlamogordoFlowerCo.com. 9th in Texas next to Print Plus. Seaburger Dermatology accepting new patients, and most insurances 10th in Washington, 575-437-4533. So, for the Lady Panthers, it's 4, 5, and 6 in the order against Sydney Lessentine, who has struck out 14 and has given up just 2 hits. Alamogordo with 3 hits. And I think they're going and telling that one of the Alamogordo players is re-entering. So, Iceland Ortiz, who was hit for, Davion Gonzalez came in and hit. Well, another opportunity for the Lady Tigers that goes begging a little bit. They had a runner in scoring position in the 4th inning. They had, that was PV. And they did have a runner. They actually had runners in the corners in that inning. And for Alamo, they had a runner in scoring position in the 3rd. The bases loaded in the 4th. And another runner in scoring position there. Pitch goes to the backstop. And she swing and miss at that? Yeah. A swing and a miss. And it's 0-1. Well, they get caught for looking down at my score sheet while there's things going on the field. No score, bottom of the 7th. And Bales, who has struck out twice at the plate, and she swings and misses, and it's 0-2. Now, again, it certainly seems like Alamogordo's had the better chances at the plate, but just takes one. And now going forward, it just takes one hit. If one of these hitters can get into one from Lessentine, can end the game going forward. Swing and a miss as she chased after one. And another strikeout for Bales and a 15th strikeout for Sydney Lessentine for out number 1 in the inning. Brings up Isabella Jesse. Strikeout and a ground out. Or not a ground out, a single, I'm sorry. So one of the 2 hits in this game for Piedra Vista is at the plate. Here's the pitch. And that's going to miss high. Counts 1-0. Lessentine. This one fouled off, and the count evens at 1-1. There's the pitch. That's in there for a called strike, and the count's 1-2. Jassy steps back in. Lessentine already into her motion. Here's the pitch. That's low, inside as well, 2-2. And the pitch from Lessentine. Ground ball left side. Fielded cleanly by Ortiz. Toss on to first is in time. The Lady Tiger fielders have not been tested a lot in this game, but when they have, they've come up with the plays. And there's 2 down. Riel Sledge to the plate. A couple of strikeouts. 355 on the season, 24 RBIs. With 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th, and Lady Tigers trying to push this one to extras. Here's the pitch. That is low. 1-0 count. Lessentine ready to go. Here's the pitch, and that's low in the dirt. 2-0. Base is empty in the bottom of the 7th. And here comes the 2-0 from Lessentine. This is lined and a base hit, and that is going to get all the way out to the wall. Should be at least 2 bases. Are they going to try to turn it into 3? They will not. So it's a double and a runner in scoring position. And the winning run is at second for Piedra Vista, as Ayanna Stevens will come to the plate with a huge opportunity for her team. It's going to bring out Coach Ronnie Reyes to talk to his infield and his pitcher. And so a big, big moment. Alamogordo had their chance in the last inning with 2 outs, and Piedra Vista will have theirs now with 2 outs. First, each team with their first extra base hit in the 7th inning. Maylee Herrera picked up hers in the top half, and Sledge picks up hers here in the bottom half. And the Lady Tigers push this one to a top of the 8th inning. Piedra Vista hoping to wrap this one up in regulation. And Ayanna into the box. Here's the pitch. She lines it right at Daly. It gets into the outfield. They try to throw to first, and this one is over. So the Lady Tigers are going to fall on the RBI right off the glove of Rain Daly into the outfield. And Alamogordo falls 1-0 in a squeaker to Piedra Vista. What a game. Heartbreaker for the Lady Tigers. And a couple of hard-hit softballs there right at the end for Piedra Vista. We will take a break and come back and wrap this first game up. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
When someone thinks they have a better idea, like a new way to make it or a new place to take it, they start their own business. Every small business has not-so-small ambitions. We can help you with about every financial service you'll need, like e-statements to save your filing space, mobile banking from your smartphone, lines of credit for expansion, and online account access. To us, there's nothing small about small business. First National Bank, member FDIC. When you grow, we grow.
Hometown pride. At the Winner's Circle, we've got a lot of it. Your one-stop shop for high school sports apparel, letter jackets, polos, hats, and so much more. Get custom embroidery, special t-shirt prints, and plaques. Need something for your business, team, or personal use? We've got you covered.
Hey, this is Alfred.
This is Angelo
From the Winner's Circle. It's time to get out and support Alamogordo Tigers and all area teams. Stop by for a Tiger t-shirt and let's fill the stands.
Go Tigers! Winter Circle, 1201 10th Street.
Join OFCU for Celebrate the Freedom of Savings event. For a limited time only, OFCU is offering personal loans as low as 7.99% APR. Vehicle purchases or refinance vehicle loans start as low as 4.99% APR. Start saving today. Apply online at www.oterofcu.org. Offer starts May 17th through May 23rd. Limited time offer. All loans subject to credit approval. Not all will qualify for lowest rate. Other restrictions may apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Tularosa Communication is now offering the smart Wi-Fi with built-in network security and enhanced parental controls. Do you have kids at home that you want to protect from overexposure on the internet? Block content, set internet time limits, or app and website restrictions for each family member in the house. Get notified when you have a network intrusion and reroute bandwidth to devices that matter the most, all from an app on your phone. Take control of your internet with Tularosa Communications. Visit tularosa.net or call 585-2700 for more information.
A heartbreaker for the Alamogordo Lady Tigers as they fall 1-0 to Piedra Vista as the number 5 seed falls to the number 4 seed. The Lady Tigers had a spectacular effort from Sydney Lessentine. She struck out 15 in the game, only gave up 4 hits, but unfortunately 2 of those were in that last inning, a double by Briley Sledge, and then Ayanna Stevens came up with a single that was just off of the tip of the Lady Tigers first baseman's glove. Rain Daly got into the outfield, and the run scored. So the Lady Tigers will play Mayfield. Mayfield lost a pretty tight one to Centennial. 9-4 was the final score. And that one will be coming up at 3 o'clock this afternoon. We'll have it for you here on Alamo Sports and Talk, so you can listen to that one on your YouTube channel. You can listen to it on Alamo Sports and Talk and all those opportunities. Lady Tigers hitting-wise, 2 for 4 for Maylee Herrera. She also had a stolen base, single and a double for her. The other hit was Alexis Rodriguez, who went 1 for 2, had a walk, a single, and a stolen base. And that was pretty much it for the Lady Tigers. Similar to what we saw in the Hobbs game, they had their chances in scoring position and just couldn't quite make it happen. So that'll be, I'm sure, a talking point. They'll go up against a team that they're familiar with and a team that they've beaten 3 times this year in Mayfield, but always difficult to beat. And get over, Mayfield gave Alamogordo hell in one of those games. It was 19-17. So I imagine that probably won't happen, but we know that Mayfield is very capable of making that competitive. They certainly did it against Centennial today a little bit earlier. All right, so that's going to do it for our broadcast. Once again, we'll be back on the air a little bit later today around 3 o'clock. It may not be exactly that due to the other games going on and things run a little bit late. Obviously, ours ended up running about on time, actually. I thought we were going to go to extras. I was really surprised that did not happen there. But the Lady Tigers will play again at 3 o'clock. It's an elimination game, so they have to win against Mayfield to keep their state tournament alive. Thanks again to all of our sponsors: Edward Jones, Pioneer Abstract and Title Company, First American Bank, Alamogordo Flour Company and the Candy Store, First National Bank, Thrive in Southern New Mexico, Ochoa Stucco, Sparkland Splash Pool and Spa Service, Seaburger Dermatology, King's Treasure, and Zuni Electric, and our round-the-year sponsors: Winner's Circle, Tularosa Communications, Loco Credit Union, Otero Federal Credit Union, and First National Bank. Once again, your final score here from Cleveland High School in Rio Rancho. It's the Piedra Vista Lady Panthers 1, the Alamogordo Lady Tigers 0. And we will see Alamogordo versus Mayfield at 3 o'clock this afternoon. Certainly hope that you tune in.